Welcome to this hands-on introduction to Cloud Composer and its best practices. Cloud Composer is Google Cloud's fully managed data workflow orchestration service built on Apache Airflow. It integrates seamlessly with Google Cloud's suite of data analytics services. To get started, create a new Google Cloud project and navigate to the Cloud Composer page. Enable the Cloud Composer API. Then create a new Composer environment. It's strongly recommended to use Composer 2 instead of Composer 1. Composer 1 has reached end of life and is no longer supported, while Composer 2 is fully supported and has an improved feature set and user experience. Under the hood, Composer runs on Google Kubernetes Engine using Autopilot clusters. Select the region for the Kubernetes cluster, which spans multiple zones for high availability. Choose a recent image version, in this example, Composer 2.8.2, which uses Apache Airflow 2.7.3. Apache Airflow is the open-source workflow management system that powers Cloud Composer. Grant necessary permissions to a service account. To keep the demo simple, select a minimalist environment setup. Note the auto-scaling and the worker configuration. The environment will automatically scale workers as needed for cost efficiency. More advanced networking and Airflow configurations are also available. As a best practice, enable the integration with Dataplex for automatic data lineage. This will track how your Composer workflows impact upstream and downstream data assets. It's not enabled by default, but is highly recommended. Before creating the environment, make sure the Dataplex APIs are enabled. Then, click to create the Composer environment. It can take several minutes to provision the underlying resources. Another best practice is to create separate Composer environments for development, testing, and production. This allows you to test workflows with realistic data without impacting production workloads and resources. For monitoring, use Cloud Monitoring and Cloud Logging in addition to the Airflow UI. In Cloud Monitoring, track key metrics like environment health and set up alerts on them. In cloud logging, access the logs from the environment and optionally create log-based metrics. Behind the scenes, Composer uses Autopilot Kubernetes clusters. This managed Kubernetes reduces the burden of managing the infrastructure yourself. However, it's still important to carefully tune the Airflow configurations, such as worker resource specifications and autoscaling, to optimize for your workloads. Next, let's create our first Airflow workflow. Use Cloud Shell Editor or your preferred IDE. Specify the workflow in Python, leveraging pre-built Airflow operators where possible to minimize custom code. To deploy the DAG, upload the Python file to the DAGs folder in the cloud storage bucket used by the Composer environment. Start with the dev test environment before deploying to production. View logs to see task execution details. The DAG uses the default Compute Engine service account for authentication, which has broad permissions. For production, create a custom service account with minimal required permissions. To optimize the environment, monitor CPU utilization and other metrics in cloud monitoring. If utilization is low, consider reducing the machine sizes to reduce costs. Let's dive deeper into some DAG authoring best practices. While you have the full power of Python at your disposal, it's best to keep your DAG code simple and leverage pre-built Airflow operators whenever possible, especially for interacting with Google Cloud services. This minimizes custom code and takes advantage of well-tested, optimized functionality. For example, instead of writing a custom BigQuery client, use the BigQuery operator. It handles the low-level details and provides a simple, declarative interface. When designing your DAG, aim to keep tasks modular, atomic, and idempotent. Each task should perform a single logical operation. Avoid having a task partially complete, fail, and leave things in an inconsistent state on retry. To illustrate, let's say we have a BigQuery table with a single row containing a number. Our DAG increments this number 3 times. A non-idempotent approach would increment the value, and if a failure occurred after one increment, the next run would increment again from the already incremented value. An idempotent approach would calculate the target value up front and update the table with the final value in a single operation. If a failure occurs, the retry can safely rerun the update without double incrementing. We'll leave the code and diagram file in the video description, and we'll keep an eye on the comment section for any questions. Please enjoy responsibly.